Mr. President, that is democratic perseverance. We're running very short of time. I'm going to ask two people in the audience. We're going to try and squeeze in maybe 3 or 4 questions. But I'm going to ask the first two people to identify themselves quickly, ask their questions. I'm going to call on Jennifer Cook, CSIS, one of our co-hosts, if she would ask her question, if there is a microphone for her. I would also like to have Chris Formunio, National Democratic Institute, give the second question. We're going to try and squeeze in very quickly. The President's on a tight schedule. Can we get that down there quickly? And somebody could tee up the microphone for Chris Formunio if he's here. Chris? Okay, got it. Sorry.
Thank you so much, Mr. President, and welcome to Washington, and thank you to USIP for hosting. The expectations on you are extremely high to deliver very quickly. And as you pointed out in your really excellent inaugural address, the federal government is really one of many governments in Nigeria. And in so many cases, kind of where the citizens' first contact with the government is with a local government or with their state government. So expectations on you are so high, but you do not control all the players. You mentioned in your inaugural address that you called for accountability for good governance at all levels of government. But how can you help to make that happen, and what role might external partners play in that as well? Thank you.
Well, I think mercifully the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria has tried as much as possible, I think, to clearly define the responsibilities of the 3 tiers of government, and also the revenue allocation formula has also tried to do as much justice as possible, so that the federal government do not take the lion's share of the revenue, disproportionate the constitutional responsibilities for the 3 tiers of government. All I am left to do as the President, head of the federal government, is to appeal to the other 2 tiers of government leadership, the governors, with their cabinet. It's a pity some of them are here. I hope no governor was here. And the chairman of the local government, to make sure they follow the system in terms of how to use this revenue that gets to them according to the constitutional allocations in terms of sustainable development and of social services. So that was why I said I realized my limitations. That was why I included what you quote in my address. There is a limit to what I can do. All I did, I think, is a certain blackmail that I will look at the accounts. That's all I could do. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Your Excellency, congratulations on your elections and welcome to Washington. I want to really thank you and the Nigerian people for giving NDI, IFS, IRI, and several other organizations the opportunity to stand by you as you work to strengthen your democratic institutions and practices. So looking at the 2015 elections, 2 constituencies that really worked extremely hard in Nigeria for those elections to be credible. And that also worked for you because they believed in you. the Nigerian women and the Nigerian youth. So my question is, what concrete plans do you have to make sure that the Nigerian women and the Nigerian youth can see that their investment in the democratic process of your country is worthwhile, and that they get some dividends from your program and the program of your administration?
Can we do this before the President responds to Chris's question? We're going to try and squeeze in a couple more of these. Dr. Pauline Baker will have the next question, and then Dr. Connie Newman, former Assistant Secretary of State for Africa, will have the final question. Pauline, pass the mic.
Can I answer this question first?
Sure.
It's the first question. I'm not too confident about my memory, so I have to take it one by one. Thank you very much for your question, but I observe that you are reporting me to my constituency. Certainly the youth, and I mentioned in several places, came out very strongly to support me, as well as women. But remember again what I said? I say I belong to everybody and I belong to nobody. I will work for the constituencies and try to get a clear priorities which we have identified as a party. If you had the opportunity to have a look at our manifesto, we identified 3 fundamental problems in Nigeria: security, lack of economy and employment, and corruption. I think if we pursue this, as we intend to do, all constituencies on reflection will eventually congratulate us. Thank you very much.
Last 2 questions, and briefly, Dr. Pauline Baker.
Mr. President, welcome. And I've been a student of Nigeria for many years, and first of all, I want to tell you that I have never seen such a hopeful attitude toward Nigeria and the United States as since your election. So I think we're all here to succeed. My question relates to another area of Nigeria that hasn't gotten much attention during this trip, and that is the Niger Delta. It's a challenge that you're going to face. I wonder if you would tell us how you intend to approach it with particular reference to the amnesty, bunkering, and inclusive development. Thank you.
Inclusive government.
Yes.